Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Life on the Flip Side. And of course, I have my lovely co host, the wonderful Crafty Keela, with me today. How are you, Crafty?
Well, do I want to play today? I'm looking at that chat, and they're being mean. They're being mean. Redacted messages. Psh, psh.
Oh,
Clive. I will not redact your messages. I'll just call you an ass. Yeah, let's just be
well,
honest here.
there you go. There ain't no hiding the facts, is there?
I'm not afraid of your comments.
Neener, neener, neener.
Bia.
So, anyways, yeah, we were supposed to have Demon Armand with us today, but unfortunately, he got called away with some other more pressing matters, so he won't be with us today. So it's just me and Crafty. So deal with it.
Yeah. People. If you're ever called onto the show, and you win the Spot the Goat challenge, just remember, real life comes first. Real life comes first.
That's
folks.
right. That's right. There ain't no problem if you can't make it on. Crafty and I will make do on our own. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Now, before we get started, because I know there's something Crafty wants to really get off her chest.
Yeah.
um,
Well, there's a few things, but let's go.
yeah, I just want to mention about my live stream from yesterday. It kind of went kaput. Just crap hit the fan and the whole thing fell apart. And it took me a while to get it all fixed and going again. So
You're talking about the sound issue, was it?
yeah, it was horrible. It was awful. I don't know
See,
what
I
happened.
watched.
And yeah, I know you watched. Thank you very much. But yeah, we got it sorted. I spent about 2 hours with Cheese this morning, going over everything, and I think we've got it all sorted. So we will be rerunning that show next week. So for those of you who are looking forward to Carl and his computers, make sure you're on. You join us next week because we're going to go back and do that again. And this time, hopefully, things won't fall apart in the middle of it. So, and other than that, because of all that and a lot of prep going into the upcoming work week, I won't have a video out today. I'm sorry. But the video I had planned for tonight, I will be putting up later on in the week when I get it done, or this time next week. So that's it. So, Crafty, what is it you really want to get off your chest?
Well, first off, apparently I have to throw a kipper at Carl Edwards. Carl, what's a kipper gonna do? I'll get a big adult tuna fish and chuck that at you, and see if you can handle that.
That'll flatten him and his car.
Maybe. My throw might be that good. Yes. Anyone in my Discord will know that I had a watch party last night for the splashdown of the SpaceX
Inspiration 4.
inspiration mission. Yeah, inspiration mission. So, right, we'll get into this, but myself and Taddy we were the last ones watching, and so by the end of it, right, you're one that was hosting it a lot. We were waiting for the folks to come out of the capsule, and she couldn't seem to find another way of saying exit other than the word egress. All right? She said it in a 15-minute period at least 40 times. I actually have to go back and watch it and do a counter of how many times this really intelligent production manager said the word egress. I'm actually traumatized at the amount of times she said the word egress. So much so that I'm constantly saying egress.
It's in your head like a bad song.
That's how annoying it was. Like, oh my God. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I can just see it next week at work. You're going to be wanting to go to the bathroom or something and say, excuse me, I got to egress.
Yeah. See, Taddy's is more than 40. For fuck's sake, it was twice the sentence.
Well, that's okay, folks. We're going to have that gag reel for you next week.
Demon says he needs to egress from here. Aw. Demon Orb, be safe. Don't work too hard, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have you up on a future show.
Okay.
So let's not worry about that. Just
Using
have a good.
ingress and egress all the time is fine, but not at close intervals. You don't say it 60 times a second. It was like
I'm not
she
gonna
was
go
on
there.
autopilot. And
Yeah,
this is
it can be annoying.
but this is a production manager. She is highly intelligent, and she couldn't find another word for it. Actually, at one stage she said the word exit, quickly followed 4 words later by egress.
Oh, jeez.
4 fucking words later. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Yeah, me and Tatty found it hilarious. Like,
Yeah, I would find it annoying. I'd probably have clicked off the video by then.
no, but we wanted to see the new astronauts. We were debating this, right? In the call last night. These were not trained professionals,
No.
allegedly, right? You had a one of them was an ex Air Force pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really not an expert? Like, it's not like Bob down the shop. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
no, and they did receive special training for this mission,
Well, you'd have
but
to.
they weren't professional astronauts, as in
But
like
how
the
do you get?
shuttle crews.
Yeah, but how do you get to be an astronaut if you don't like? It kind of wound me up. Are they now astronauts? Can they now say they're astronauts because they've been in space? I don't know. But they
Yes,
didn't
they
control
can.
anything. They didn't control anything.
That doesn't matter. The word astronaut means, quite literally, star voyager, and they took a voyager among the stars out of Earth's atmosphere.
I don't know. I don't think they've earned the title astronaut.
No,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
they have. I think they have.
But how extraordinary was it? Fucking if you go back and watch it, and I do actually recommend people go back and watch it. There was incredible footage in the run up to splashdown where you can see cameras from outside the capsule, and it's taking video of the Earth in the background, which was absolutely stunning. You're never going to upstage the Earth. That's never going to happen. Astronaut. But you're never going to upstage the Earth. But there was this guy just poking his head out in the capsule, taking photos, and I'm sitting there like, he was so distracting. You have this beautiful Earth in the background, and him with his camera going click, 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 and I was like, that is so distracting. How do you upstage the Earth when it's the Earth's show?
Yeah, true enough. But then again, I think what they were trying to showcase was the fact that they actually were able to provide a means for them to have a full 360-degree view of space and Earth from the cupola.
Okay, you're going to have to pronounce the last word in this because I can't.
But what? Pi Messerschmitt?
I don't know.
Papaya Messerschmitt? Okay.
Keep your head and hands inside the capsule at all times. No, but there was like a little bubble thing on top of it, and that's where his head was poking out, and it was just so distracting because he just kept moving, and obviously because he was excited. But I just thought it was funny. Like, you can't really upstage the Earth until you're a little man inside a capsule going click, 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 click.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, it would be kind of upsetting to have somebody from ground control call up and say, down in front.
Oh, Rob says, paper me shit. And Ex-Penguin brings some sanity to the discussion with paper mache Schmidt. I don't know. Thank you, Ex-Penguin. He's the clever one here. I'm definitely not. But yeah, your one just fucking did my head in with egress this and egress that, and we're waiting for them to egress the capsule. No. Disembark is a great term for something.
Yeah.
Exit.
Yeah, we're waiting for him to get out.
Leave. Use the word leave. It's okay. We're not going to think any worse of you. You're a fucking production manager, for fuck's sake. It's okay
That's
to
right.
use the word leave to accurately describe someone leaving a capsule. It's fine. No,
Yeah.
egress.
I can just imagine it though. Hello, everybody. This is Crafty Keela from SpaceX, and we're just waiting for him to get the fuck out of that thing.
At least it would be direct.
That would be funny.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
I'm
we
not
should.
saying. All right, I'm not saying say disembark 40 times in a sentence, but egress is just like nails on a chalkboard after a while.
Yeah, it does. It would get awfully repetitive. So
And I think it's the E sound. It's like not nice on the ears.
no,
Not
it's
nice.
not. E.
Egress, and that's the way she was saying it. Egress, and I'm sitting there. For fuck's sake, it got so bad it was funny.
Okay, so I think we've determined that Crafty has an aversion, has a thing about the word egress. So
Yes, I'm traumatized now. Do not. I'm only reliving my trauma for laughs in the chat.
there you go. And see, Carl agrees. He now has a problem with the word egress.
So you understand my pain, Carl. You understand my pain. I swear to God, what I'll do, I'll find it here. The SpaceX splashdown, and just watch it later.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
the
I'll be.
funniest thing ever. Like it really is.
I'll definitely be watching it because I missed it. I just didn't have the time to watch it actually. And your splashdown party was in the middle of the damn night for me. So
Hey, I didn't set the time of when splashdown.
I know.
I did. That wasn't me. I know people like to think that I have that kind of control over like world events, but I really don't.
Yeah, I know. Everything happens in the middle of the night for me,
Here's an
so
idea.
I'm getting used to it.
Here's an idea. Come back to the real world. You'll be fine.
Well, I'd like to, but that costs freaking money.
Lightweight. All right. I'm doing it in here because effort of putting it in. There you go. There's the don't watch it now. Watch it later after this show. Okay, after this show. But that is the splashdown video that we were watching, and I think it's the last hour. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Or the last
How long was
hour?
it anyway?
Yeah, the last half hour is when she repeated herself like it's 2 hours. Now, thankfully for you guys, you can skip forward to where they actually start to come in to lower Earth orbit. But I was watching the entire thing. I was out yesterday, but I was watching first start watching it on the way home on a bus because what else would you be doing on a bus but watching SpaceX? And then when I got home, I was watching it, and then I was like, you know what? I'll see who else is around, and it was absolutely off the cuff. It was open to members of my Discord and my members. So sorry, anyone, if you're not a member. Ooh, we have John Robb. Hello, John. Yes. Look. Well, he says disembark, leave a ship, aircraft, or train. Sorry, it's not the correct term for a spacecraft. Well, actually, it is because it's a type of ship. So,
Yeah.
nah.
Especially since it's floating in the ocean.
See, John, it's not rocket science. It's a type of ship. It's an airship. Nah. See, I has clever.
There you go. She has clever and a bag full of meaners.
I has clever. Oh, stop.
Neener.
That's all this show is going to descend to is him saying neener.
And you coming back with neener.
Gregory, you're triggering me right now. You're triggering me.
Uh-oh, what has he done?
You. Once they managed to ingress the atmosphere, they ingressed into the ocean to egress repeatedly. Yeah. You're triggering me. You're triggering me right now. Like my anxiety is going through the roof. Egress from oh fuck off. No. We're not getting like Nuked.
We're not going there. No,
Yeah,
we're not
we're not
going
hitting
there.
Rue. Not a good idea. But having said that, I started this conversation. I knew what way it would go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least you got it off your chest, right?
Yes, yes. I had my little
Good,
rant, but it did annoy
good.
me. It was just like, even by the end of it, Tati was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I, for one, predict a week of bombardment on YouTube of post mission videos.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
and his
mean,
dog is going to be putting one out.
if anyone wants to have any content, this is the week for it. It's not
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Mouse. It's not Space Mouse, but it's yeah.
It's just post mission interviews and post mission details. And
No, well, I'm waiting to see what the Flurfs say, because this is going to
uh,
become a more regular occurrence now that we've had non-experts go into space. Like, one of
yeah.
them was a fucking medical officer in a hospital, like. And
Well,
what
I
was
have
great
to,
was to see them. What was great was to see them actually fundraising for that hospital.
yeah, yeah,
And that was cool, because she's a cancer survivor as well. So
yeah.
that was cool.
And to me, that's the best part of the whole thing was the fact that someone who would never in a million years be chosen for a NASA mission got sent up by SpaceX. First woman with a prosthesis in space.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Well, here's where I wanted it to kind of come back to in this conversation, because I was talking to some of the folks last night, and I was thinking about this. If you were given the chance to go to space, would you do it?
I would, without a second thought.
See, I had to be honest with myself. I don't know if I would.
I would. I
I,
wouldn't.
I
I wouldn't even think twice about it.
I'm not afraid of heights, by the way. I'm not afraid of heights, and I don't mind. Look, I love roller coasters. I love all them. But at the same time, I was saying last night, by the time it gets me from the building, because the response from your body, my mind would be like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. My body would be like, hell fucking no, what are you doing? you ain't doing this to me. No. So they'd probably have to carry me onto the shuttle, because my legs would be fucking jelly. And it's not because I don't want to go, but my instincts to survive, what is
Well,
literally 3 days in space, my body would be like, no, I'm not doing this, not fucking doing this. And it would be one of those rare instances where my body and my mind are
yeah,
so opposed to each other.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, and I bet a lot of people would be the same. I might even be the same, but I wouldn't hesitate to go.
Yeah, I think the weight of it would be too much for me not to go. Like, that
Hmm.
opportunity.
Yeah,
But my body would fucking hate me. My body would
Prob-
absolutely despise me.
yeah, probably the same for most people.
So I just had this thought in my head, or this image in my head, of like NASA techs actually having to literally carry me out because I can't walk.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ex-penguin, fucking yes. But no, it's just one of those things. Like, if you're perfectly honest with yourself, yes, your heart and your mind will be like, yeah, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. I wouldn't even hesitate. Having said that, I've jumped out of an airplane. I've done that. And I remember walking out on the tarmac to this little private plane to get onto it, and everything in my body was screaming, don't do it. What the fuck? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Don't do it. And my legs were literally shaking. My mind was like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. But my body was like,
yeah.
I don't want to do this. No, I did. It was a charity jump for the Irish Cancer Society. So I wasn't going to back out of that. Like, I wanted to do it. I wanted everything in me except for my body wanted to do it. Or my body did want to do it right up until the point that we were on the fucking tarmac and we're like, oh shit, the only way down is actually jumping out of this thing. This might not be a good idea. So my body has this weird self-preservation thing.
Yeah. I think that's more normal for most people. It's not something you would normally consciously do.
But it's a weird thing because I'm not afraid to die. I have no fear of death. I have no fear of getting injured, really. But when it comes to the big things, although I really want to do it, like I was in New York and there is this wooden roller coaster that's been there for like 60 years. And my friend that I was with was like, I'm not getting onto that fucking thing. It looks like one good gust of wind is going to blow the fucking thing down. I was like, that's kind of why I want to go on it. I just want to see if I survive it, even better.
Yeah. Let's test for wood rot.
Yeah. So that's the way my mind is. My mind is more adventurous than my body. And it's just a weird kind of dichotomy. Yes, on Coney Island, Rob Parks knows the exact fucking thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So does Chris, the cyclone. Yeah, the thing was made of wood. It was made of fucking wood. And you're just sitting there like, I'm going to die today. But it was really fun. It was really fun. I loved that ride. I did it like 3 or 4 times. It was great.
So
Mr. Eman says the cost of going to space would be better put to use by helping the less fortunate. Here's the problem with that. As a sociologist, I would tend to agree with you, but the problem isn't if and or it's if the likes of Elon Musk wasn't in charge of SpaceX. Here's the question: would he be helping the less fortunate with that absolutely incredible amount of wealth? I don't think he would. So I would rather see the prick actually help humanity in space travel rather than hoard his wealth. And if we can trick these pricks into giving us money for space travel and to explore the universe and for science, that's a good thing. It's better than it's sitting in their bank accounts, their offshore bank accounts. That's my
and who's to say they aren't doing so already?
Well, most billionaires. The reason why they're billionaires is because they hoard their wealth. So I mean, so they're not helping. You have like 62 individuals that have more than the poorest 30 countries in the world. So the disparity between rich and poor. 60 individuals has more than 30 countries. That's not a coincidence, and that's not because they're trying to help people. Because if they were genuinely trying to help people, they wouldn't be hoarding their wealth. But then if they weren't hoarding their wealth, they wouldn't be wealthy. Like it's a catch-22 situation right there. So I would rather see them. Yes, I agree with you. I'd love to see more investment into helping vulnerable people. But if this is the only way we can leech that money back out of them, by all means, give them the fucking run of the place. Because although they're sitting at the head of these companies, doesn't mean that they control them.
Yeah.
Who actually control them is the management and the day-to-day staff that are focusing on, and because fucking the likes of Elon Musk aren't particularly intelligent, then they have to go on their own staff and their own staff's intelligence in order to what to focus on. There are projections that say Starlink may end locking humanity to the surface of the Earth due to space junk. I don't believe that, really.
No.
No. First of all, there is ways and means of retrieving satellites. So locking humanity to the surface of the Earth by having one, and it's just the size of these satellites compared to the size of the Earth. There's definitely going to be more than one way of getting out of the Earth. And The SpaceX recent the Inspiration 4 actually proves that we're not trapped in the Earth. Now, if they send up too much, probably it's space junk. It won't be useful in 50 years. But I don't know. Again, it's a question of balance, whether or not it's better to retrieve this wealth for the furtherment of humanity or allow them to sit on it. And I don't like the idea of them just hoarding this wealth that could go to actually helping in some way, shape, or form. It's not going to help everywhere, but it's going to help. And the amount of stuff that comes from space exploration that we now use. And Stephen Cooper Reason, you've done a series on this.
Yeah. I covered the space program in the very first episode of Pain of Progress, where it talks about some of those technologies that we now take for granted. And I did a Steaming Cup of Reason video on that when I first started out.
But that's my point. Like, you don't know what they're developing in the background that's not on show yet, that might actually not be suitable for space, but might be suitable for the Earth, for what we need in the Earth. I see Pale Blue Mama. Yes, we said space program. We're talking about the splashdown of the Inspiration 4 movement. M2M. Elon isn't particularly intelligent. Do you mean comparatively or literally? Comparatively to the people running his company, the people who are actually the brains behind getting the ideas into reality. I wouldn't say I'm more intelligent than Elon, because I'm fucking purely not, and demonstrably not. But I'm talking about compared to the people who work in SpaceX and who work in NASA. The heads of these companies are often given the grandiose, but it's actually the tech teams in NASA, in SpaceX, that are the real brains behind the operation. So I would rather, and the question was, would we rather see Elon Musk's wealth being used to help, prevent or help with the most vulnerable people? And while yes, I would love to see that, it's a question of whether or not we'd like to see them hoard the wealth. Because if they weren't investing in these companies, that's what they'd be doing. They'd be hoarding it.
Yeah. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Well, this was my point, Manda. We do use a ton of tech in climate science that was developed by NASA, and also just random things that we use today, which was in the Pain of Progress episode 1, series 1. This is what we were talking about. So although we don't see a benefit of the behind the scenes tech that's being invented now, doesn't mean that we never will. Look. I haven't worked at NASA in 18 years, but I can say they were developing way more than the public ever hears about. That's my point.
Oh, no kidding.
That's my point.
I mean, if you look at some of the most basic and common and everyday take for granted technologies in our lives in the past 20 years, almost all of it can be traced back to NASA research.
Right.
If anybody out there has a friend or a family member who's got a pacemaker, you can thank NASA for that.
Exactly. Dr. Osiris says Musk is an idiot. Sorry, have you actually heard the crap that falls out of his mouth? He didn't create a single rocket. The people who work for him did. Do you see him picking up the hammer? First of all, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he says the wrong things because he's not used to public speaking. That doesn't equate to idiocy or intelligence level. But this is my point. It's not Elon Musk that developed the rockets. It's not Elon Musk that took the ideas and brought them into reality. But I would rather see him being used for his money to be put into something like that, rather than just hoarding his money. That was the point that I was making.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, by the way. I would like to see that. Osiris. Underground vacuum tube. That might be fun. Do you know what that is? He watched Futurama and thought it would be cool.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's just a silly idea that probably will never come to fruition. Uh, I know Thunderfoot sure has given him the walloping over the years for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Elon Musk is a saint, and I'm not trying to protect him. He has more intelligence than I, and I'll admit that. I'll admit that. I have average intelligence. I'm okay with that. But yeah, M2M says fair enough, but Elon is a chief designer at SpaceX, but he self-admittedly is not an engineer. But that's the thing. That's the thing. You can claim to be the head of this company, and you can claim to be the chief designer, but the actual engineers are looking at him saying, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. And then the second his back is turned, okay, let's see what we can actually do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's I think people give Elon Musk a little bit too much credit in I don't think he deserves as much credit.
Yeah.
But again, I'd rather see him being the face of SpaceX and investing money in SpaceX rather than it's sitting in his bank account. This is the point, guys. I'm not trying to say he's great. I'm just saying I would rather see his money being used for something good rather than sit in a bank account. That's all.
True enough. I guess you could say Elon Musk is more of what we would call the idea man.
And he doesn't even have great ideas. But again, he funds the people with the real ideas. And yes, I would love to see NASA being equally supported, which they're not, and they should be because they're a national organization rather than a private entity. But you know, shit's gonna work that way when you have
That's right.
a system
It's
the way we have it.
just the economics of the situation.
Yep.
And it's just a sad reality of it. I mean, NASA's budget has been cut back so far. It's a surprise they can still accomplish anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not to say that these people are good people because they're not really, but I'll use their fucking money. I'll take their money any day of the week if it's going to be used on something productive and something good for humanity. And I do believe that space travel and space exploration is a good thing.
I agree. I think what SpaceX is doing is going to have massive benefits for the future of humanity, even though we can't see it right now.
Yeah. Mana says NASA needs more funding, way more funding, but they've needed it for nearly 4 decades now. That's an understatement. Like,
yeah,
absolutely. And I would to be honest with you, I would rather see NASA being funded rather than a private entity. But when the question becomes, what are these billionaires and multi-billionaires doing with their money? Are they sitting on their arses with their money hidden in offshore accounts, or are they investing it into the public good? I'd rather the second option.
But the problem now, that's what Elon Musk is doing.
Yeah, but the problem now is SpaceX is being used as an excuse not to fund NASA. That's the danger.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but by the same token, the economy drives that, and the economic situation of the world at the moment. The only way we're ever going to get anything done in space is to have private enterprise foot the bill.
Yeah, or we could go the socialist route and just take all the money back. But I'm not advocating that.
No.
Just one suggestion: redistribution of wealth. But we can't say that anymore, can we?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you commercialize the science, they tend to fund projects that will make more money than do more good. There needs to be a middle ground between profit and necessity. Well, that's why something like NASA, which is a public entity, is vital to be able to keep up with these private entities, because by driving competition for profit means that you're going to be dragged back to the
Yeah.
necessity of the object. That's why we need private corporations as well as the public
Yeah.
corporations as well as the private ones.
Yeah. And
So,
NASA is currently more of a government oversight over what SpaceX and Blue Origin are doing.
yeah, they create
So
standards, minimum
yeah,
standards. That's what public companies are supposed to do,
that's
create
right.
minimum standards.
Yeah, Musk can't launch a damn thing without approval from the FAA to begin with.
Imagine having that much power over SpaceX. No, I don't think you're going to go to space today.
Yeah. If the FAA doesn't give their stamp of approval, that rocket ain't going nowhere. It's just a simple fact of the matter. So yes, I do agree there should be some kind of a public or government oversight of everything that happens with companies like SpaceX, but don't hold them back, because what SpaceX is doing is important, and humanity needs it.
I don't know that this is true. I'm not technologically advanced enough to be able to do the math on this. I'm going to be honest with you. It is private, and the maneuvering data of the satellites is not shared with other operators of satellites, and collisions are bound to happen. I would have thought that they have to tell someone where their satellites are so that collisions don't happen. Just like commercial versus private flight paths, you do
Mhm.
need to tell the government or the FAA.
Yeah.
So like where your satellites are going to be in order to prevent collision. Like I
Yeah.
would have thought that's something that happens. I don't know the American system, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure on
Well,
that.
that's all basically controlled by NASA and the FAA. I mean, every bit of data as to where that satellite will be positioned and the route it's going to take in its orbit
It
around the
has
Earth
to be approved.
it has to be input into the system and monitored constantly and be approved before they let that satellite loose.
Rob Parks is saying nations do not share satellite information.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I would have thought. Now, again, I don't know much enough about it, and maybe I need to go away and do a little bit of research on this. But I would have thought that although they're not sharing direct or specific information, the quadrants of these satellites would need to be shared, because if you have something that's coming from the US over European airspace, you would need to be informing someone in Europe, and it would just make sense. Like, so
Yeah.
although nations don't, you have to remember, if the likes of NASA are helping the FAA with satellite distribution, that they would be talking to the European and Chinese counterparts.
Yeah. All the space agencies around the world are involved in the process of tracking and monitoring satellite orbits
Because that's
because they
why we
don't want
have,
collisions.
yeah, but that's why we have different sections on the ISS.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a new space race. China is investing heavily in space travel. We are going to have a three-way space race again between US, China, and corporate enterprise. So instead of Russia, I mean, Russia might start again, but I don't know.
Well, it's hard to say right now with the political situation and the economic situation in Russia. I don't think they're going to stop their space program, but I think they're going to be working more in concert with NASA as opposed to a separate agency. I mean, they've developed a pretty good relationship with NASA, and the joint American-Russian space missions have gone fairly well. So I don't see that ending. Maybe slowing down, but not ending.
Clive says airspace only extends to a certain height legally.
That's true. That's true. Because once you're out of once you're in Earth orbit, you're in a kind of like a free zone. You know, nobody owns that part of the sky. That's open to everybody who can manage to get themselves in there. You know, So if I build a rocket and I put myself into orbit, I'm free to do so because there's no laws saying that I'm in anybody's airspace. I'm in space. I'm now detached from Earth and its airspace.
Eman raises the issue. NASA has a cooperative agreement with EOS of Australia to track space junk. There was a major collision just a few weeks ago. I didn't know about that. I'll definitely have to look that up.
I'm sure it happens all the time. I mean, accidents happen, right? But there's satellite tracking and monitoring stations around the globe that every day, 24 hours a day, they're keeping an eye on what's up there and where it's headed. And, they're the ones who decide whether your satellite is going to fit into the orbit you want to put it in. And then it's up to them to decide to give you clearance or tell you to rethink your orbital calculations, so to speak.
I want to go on one of those airplanes where like they create the zero gravity.
Oh yeah, the Vomit Comet, parabolic flight.
Yes, I want to do one of them.
Yeah, you can actually.
Yeah, if you can afford it. I'd really love to do one of them.
Yeah, but they do have public parabolic flights available in the States. But yeah, you're right, it's expensive. But if you can afford it, you can do it.
Let's see. I want to see. I'm curious now. $7.5 fucking grand.
Chris, clearance, Clarence. I love that.
$7,500 in order to do a parabolic flight.
Yeah,
that makes me sad.
Yeah,
if I ever win the lotto. If I ever win the lotto, I'll do it. But I never play the lotto, so the chances of me winning the lotto are like basically zero.
Think about this for a minute, Crafty. $7,500 to go on a parabolic flight to do something you would normally never be able to do.
I know,
that's less than you pay for a business class ticket on most airlines.
But most people can't even afford a business class fucking ticket. Never mind going and doing a parabolic flight. And that's the problem. That's part of the problem. Like, if you, I get it. I kind of get it. But why the fuck is does it cost that much?
Yeah.
That just makes me sad. We need. No, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I was going to say we need a Ryanair version, but that just ended in disaster.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't let Ryanair.
You didn't hear that, folks. You didn't hear that, folks. Beep, beep, beep. You didn't hear that, folks.
No.
Here we go. Steaming up a reason. Look up Fran Lab on YouTube. She just went up their zero-G plane and doing a series about it. Oh, that's cool.
I'll eventually do it. Yeah, it'll become cheaper the more it becomes more common, but it's never going to become more common if people can't fucking afford it.
Well, that's just it. I mean,
people can barely, okay, so just to explain things, right? Just to put it into context, the average wage in Ireland is about $2,000 a month, right? $2,000.
Yeah.
Average. Yeah. If you're lucky with a decent fucking job, right? Full-time job, $2,000 a month. The average rent in Ireland is about $1,300 per month.
Gee,
so
that's insane, isn't it?
How are ordinary people ever going to be able to afford $7,500 to do a fucking a parabolic flight? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to make it attractable.
Well, that's just it. It's basically the same principle as any airline. Ticket prices won't come down unless more people fly the airline.
But that's
the more
problem,
bums and seats.
Like
the more bums and seats, the lower the price of the ticket is. So unless they.
But here's the problem. Reason. If you lower your prices, more people will avail of that service, making up for the loss that you may have gotten from lowering your prices. That's the fucking point.
True.
If you have more people using your service for, like, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000, $2,000 is a lot easier to manage as an ordinary person than 7.5. If you lower it down to $1,000 or $2,000 and you increase your volume by like 600%, there's your money back.
Yeah.
If you have 6 people instead of the one person that you would have gotten, because it's now easier to actually achieve, then you're making up your money. And actually, you're probably going to increase it, because the cheaper it becomes, the more people will be saying, I want to do it. Like this isn't rocket science, it's basic economics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the problem is you just need that one person to lower the price to where it's accessible to ordinary people for them all to do it, because they see the results of it. It's basic economics, like. So I'll wait until they see fucking sense.
Well, you might be waiting a while.
Oh, I know. I'll be an old granny if I make it that far. I'll be an old granny doing my first fucking G-force flight. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I think it would be too.
I want to see an 8-year-old. I want to see an 8-year-old go to space. Just saying, like, just for the crack.
Yeah. Well, wasn't one of the people in Blue Origin was like an 80-year-old woman?
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was way too long ago.
Jeff Bezos and the Blue Origin thing. Yeah. But anyways, so that's it. All the big 3 have sent people into space.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was.
I think it's cool. But I think the most promising one for the immediate future is going to be Virgin Galactic.
I'm trying to imagine the Ryanair version of a single elliptical orbit trip. It'd come down in the Baltic Sea because it's cheaper than landing in the Gulf of Mexico.
That would be true. And the service would probably suck.
Oh, hey.
I knew you were going to come back with that. I was just waiting for it.
Cool. I can't talk about my time in Ryanair or I'll get sued. But yeah, it's not as easy as people think.
No, it's not.
Because of the training, I will say this. Because of the training, I am a trained firefighter and fucking midwife. So you might fucking think that they're assholes, but they are very trained. They are highly trained in the 7-week period that we get. Not a big fan of all the civilians who have done it having to be super rich. Agreed. Would have been nicer to see more normal people who love space get the chance instead of paying money to get a ride. But that's the thing. By having rich people are going to pay, and then rich people are going to bring bigger headlines because they're rich. So, but I would agree. Yeah. I'd love to see just normal, fucking really, really tech heads, really big into spaceflight, actually get the chance. And I'm sure that will happen.
Yeah, the cost of it, I'm sure, will come down once commercial space flight becomes more viable and more common. So,
Chris Durham is calling you out there. The big 3: U.S., Russia, China, Bezos, Musk, and Branson. That's 3.
Just Bezos, Musk, and Branson. In commercial civilian space flight, they would be the big 3, I guess.
No, John, no one's going to mention it. No one's going to mention it. Just going to say that.
Nope.
I have more respect for people like, damn it, my memory sucks lemons. Amazon and Virgin guys. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, John, nobody's going to say it, so fuck off.
That's right.
Get nuked just for saying it.
Yeah. Branson is only interesting in suborbital flight at the moment. Well, true, because it's a little cheaper and more cost effective to go suborbital than full orbital, but at least suborbital is still considered space flight to a degree, and that's where it's going to start. That's where commercial space flight is going to start. And
Oh,
once it
that's
catches on and becomes more common, you'll see it go higher.
yeah. I didn't realize you didn't actually know. So Branson is the one that owns Virgin, and Bezos
That's
is the
correct.
one that owns what
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin.
He owns Amazon. He's the CEO of Amazon.
Did he not step down recently?
I believe he did. I believe
Good.
he stepped down from Amazon and is focused entirely now on Blue Origin.
Okay,
But
so
he still has.
I'm not gonna read this one out, but I'm gonna be honest. I haven't considered the physics of that. Yikes. Not gonna read it out, but it is funny.
Yeah, well, John, have you ever heard of Velcro? Sorry, I had to get that one in there, Crafty.
Yeah. Do you think going to Mars would be an international collaboration, or do you think it'll be a single country or even a single commercial company that will be first? In terms of humans going to Mars, or because we do have the Mars rover, but do you think it'll be a single country? I'm tending to. I don't know. That is a good question. I am stumped.
Yeah. At the moment, it seems like it's going to be a single country, like SpaceX, single company that's going to do it. But with the political climate the way it is lately, especially with what's going on with China and Taiwan, I don't know. I think it might be worth exploring a multinational mission, a cooperative mission.
Yeah. Yes, humans. I don't see unless we fundamentally change how we run society. I don't see countries having the funds to do it.
To do it on their own. Whereas if they pool their funds with an ally or with another country interested in the same goal,
but I don't see it happening. I don't see unless we change the fundamental way in which, because we live still with the hangover of imperialism. So every country will want to be that one that gets people to Mars. But I don't. And with how much we spend on military the military at the moment, and I'm not just saying the US, but in general. I don't see a country being able to do it. I think that unfortunately, the commercial companies only have the commercial business in mind. They can only see what would actually come of getting humans to Mars. And so they would be thinking, so they're more economically driven to actually do it. So I do think it'll be a commercial company that gets us to Mars. I wish it was different. But I think it will be. I'd love to see an international cooperation, but given how toxic it became with the landing on the moon and getting back to the moon, I just don't see it happening. Because at the moment, yes, like China is in the gear up for an economic crash, which not a lot of people are actually watching. I've been reading a lot about it lately. So they're not going to have the funds to put into space exploration. America is fucked, and Europe just doesn't have the interest. So I don't see it coming from international cooperation unless we fundamentally change how we run our society. I just don't see it. So I think unfortunately it'll be the commercial, it'll be the private entities.
Yeah.
I love Tati. I love Tati's response. Why go to Mars? Is fucking up one planet not enough for humanity? No, because we are imperialist by nature. So we will go beyond just fucking up the Earth.
Yeah.
A mix of both commercial and government international collaboration would be good. I agree. I just don't see it happening. Genuinely, I just don't see it happening, just because of the economic conditions in which we live. I just people the governments of today are more interested in falling back on what they know, which is military spending. And when you spend 17 times more on military spending than space exploration, you're not going to that's not your priority, and you're not going to be as fast as the people who are focusing solely on the economics of getting to the likes of Mars. So
Yeah, I
that
mean,
being said,
even just going back to the moon, the only way NASA's going to do it is with help from NASA, from SpaceX.
yeah, it isn't SpaceX the folks that said that they wanted a diner or something on the moon, or a hotel or something on the moon?
Yeah, something like that, or an orbital resort of some kind. I don't know, some
something
crazy
like
idea. But NASA ain't getting to the moon without SpaceX's help. And with that, folks.
Yeah,
And that's it, folks. Spot the goat. Where is he?
I see the goat, but
I knew you would. It's easy this week.
Yep. Amanda says there is no planet B. Mars won't be a solution, but who knows the progress and science that would be discovered by getting there. I don't think anyone looks at Mars as a new Earth. As anyone that is looking at Mars as a new Earth is like, yeah.
Nice try, Chris.
Nice, Chris. Uh-oh.
Taddy, which one? There's two. There's two pictures between us.
Yeah, come on, be specific. The goat is playing outside, according to Clive. Wait, what did you say, Rob? On the menu, closest to reason. Nope.
Nope.
Sadly, nope. Closest to score, yeah.
Yeah, we got a winner.
Yay!
We got a winner. Looks like Taddy's on the show next week. Oh, God. Do we need that?
Yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked.
We're screwed. There he is. Good one, Taddy. You're on next week, Blade.
Yay! We haven't had Taddy on for a while.
No, we haven't. It'd be good to have you on. So there you go, folks. Taddy next week. And yeah, that's it. So well done, Taddy.
See, this is the thing. It's on the hill. It's on the hill. Look, and I asked for specifics. And then he gives me specifics.
Yeah, that's exactly where it is, Taddy.
Pebble Mama has basically summed it up.
Yeah, oh God, you guys are screwed. Oh, you don't know the half of it, my dear.
Bugger, forgot about that bit. Yeah, you have to come on now, you cunt.
That's right. You don't have a choice now. You did it to yourself, Taddy.
And we're on my channel next week. So if anyone wants to troll Taddy, by all means.
Yeah, we're in the realm of crafty next week. So Taddy is fair game.
Taddy is part of the Under the Bus crew. So we definitely have to slag Taddy off. Yeah, so I looked into, right, so memberships, right? Memberships on channel, you get like these little emojis. And I realized that I had only like 2 up out of 4. And so I was like, okay, what am I going to actually do? And the conversation turned to, like, I keep slagging off my members in a good way, we have the banter. We have the banter. But like I keep throwing them under the bus every so often. So I came up with this idea of the Under the Bus crew that I learned from a different channel like 2 years ago. I was like, oh, that would be great. So we myself and Taddy, we were talking. Taddy made the Under the Bus crew emoji. So all my members have the Under the Bus crew emoji. And then we were looking, I was looking, and I figured that I only had one more member to go to unlock another 9 emojis, which gave me a mini panic attack because I could barely think of 4. Right? So now and then fucking Taddy decided to say it on one of the live streams in the chat, and I got like 3 or 4 new members, which I'm eternally grateful for. But now I have to fucking think of 9 new fucking emojis. Yes. That is a great one. I need a banjo playing vampire. Who wants to make me a banjo playing vampire? That has to happen. That has to happen. I do want the 33. I do. I think the 33, but I don't know how good it will look as like it's that small. But we'll see.
Well, if you tell me what size you need, I'll make it up.
Yeah, we'll definitely have that conversation because I want to see how good it is, how clear it would be. But yeah, I have to think of 9 fucking emojis. I hate you all. No, I don't. But cool. Like the panic that came over me in that moment, I was like, how the hell am I going to think of 9 new emojis? So if you can think of 9 new emojis, please help me out because I'm stuck.
Okay, there you go, folks. We need some emojis.
I do have. I think I do have the emoji of Team Skeptic in his mankini. I think I still have that, so I might throw that up there. Dragons. I need a dragon. I definitely needed a dragon.
Okay. So we need a dragon emoji. And no, Tusk, you can't have one if you're out there. I didn't see you.
Do you know what's funny? Hashtag no dragon for Tusk. What's funny is Tusk is a patron. So I have Patreon and Tusk is a patron, but he's not a member on the YouTube channel. So he can't use the emojis.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's going to drive him insane. That's going to irk him like you can't believe, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a dragon in the normal one, but I think we can make a better one. I am the emoji king. Yes. A horse with Tusk on it? Nah. Tusk doesn't get a horse. Well, he can have a horse. I'm just not buying him one. Franklin emoji? No. We don't want to start that back up. Like
no. He's moved on and found greener pastures.
People don't know when enough is enough when it comes to certain things. So no, we're not going to go down that road again. You could go and photograph the topiary dragons down by the delta. That is not the delta version. The Mekong delta he's on about, not the delta variant. What are the topiary dragons reason? He's not listening, Sable. Sadly.
What's that?
I have the comment up and everything. Like he's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got like 3-4 things going at the same time here. You can go and photograph those topiary dragons down by the delta reason, the Mekong Delta. Well, I could if it wasn't for the Delta variant keeping me trapped in the damn house.
This is true. Well, I mean, right, Dr. Osiris, that's more like a dino from Jurassic Park. Okay, I understand why you put the dino in there, Osiris. Yeah, I want a proper dragon though. Just one so cool that Tusk can't have. We'll come up with one. I'll come up with one.
Should you make a Dulcimia emoji?
No, fuck no. No, because then you know what Tusk will say. I'm just I'm a bully, and I don't want to be a bully.
Hmm.
We'll leave Tusk's alter ego to one side for a minute. That's for him to have on his channel, not for me to have on my channel.
Well, I'm sure you've already got your
I do know
goats.
what I have to have. I do know what I have to have. I do know.
What do you have to?
I need the tatty whore.
The tatty whore.
Yes.
Ooh, I can send you that, no problem. But I don't know how good it's going to look as an emoji.
It looks
But
very good.
I will definitely send you a copy of Tatty Whore.
Yeah.
With or without the whip.
Oh no! It has to have the whip. It has to have the whip. And I need it for next week. I need it for next week so that we can premiere it on Flipside while he's on.
Well, you'll have to tell me what the size is that you need.
Yeah. But I think we should have it on the set next week.
Ah, yes. Good idea. Good idea.
For anyone that doesn't know what the tatty whore is, just brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Yeah, it's my pièce de résistance. I had so much fun making that.
I was suggesting because Halloween is coming up. I suggested that he dressed up as Tatty Whore for Halloween.
That would be something I'd want to see. I want video.
I adore Teddy, but man, this silly American girl can only understand every third word that he says. Yeah.
Well, that's because he's a tatty. You got to learn to speak tatty.
That's why we usually have translators. We need translators. Right. So I can understand Teddy. I can understand every word that comes out of his mouth. And that's probably why we work so well together, is because I'm pretty much the only person outside of Tuscanetti who actually understands the fucker. But go fun. I think I have actually hang on. Because if anyone wants to see what the Tatty Whore looks like, I might be able to show you. But we would have to take down the
That's no problem. We'll take that down.
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute to load up OBS. Do. Yes. Okay. Hang on. We'll go here. Make sure it's the right camera. Right.
Okay.
So the Tatty Whore.
Wallpaper coming down.
Is right there in the background.
Oh, the Tatty Whore. I love it. I think we'll keep that up for the rest of the show.
Nah, it'll be in next week.
Okay, all right. That's funny.
You're welcome, Tatty.
I forgot how funny that was.
So yes, that will be an emoji for my members to have fun with. Every time Tatty is on the stream, you can torture him with the Tatty Whore.
Tatty Whore, that's right. I think Tatty's gonna kill me. Oh God.
I did not consent to that photo being taken. I remember you did, but you were drunk and don't remember. Just like when you were drunk and decided that it would be a good idea to wear a mankini on your live stream.
There you go.
Remember that? Do you remember that?
Consent? We don't need no stinking consent.
But it's so sexy. It is. Great legs. I'm jealous. Carl Edwards is strangely turned on.
Okay, Carl.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Taddy
Oh,
Taddy doesn't drink, except for like a bottle of whiskey a night. But oh, good fun, lads. Good fun.
mm, yeah, we're gonna definitely be making use of that.
It's
Oh,
definitely the lipstick.
damn
Damn
it,
it.
busted! You got that
Look,
right, Daddy.
I think you look good. I'm not saying anything bad against the Taddy whore.
No,
I'm not kink shaming at all. See, it's the red lipstick that just sets it off. Yeah, I'm not kink shaming. I'm not kink shaming. I think you look great. That's why I think everyone should see it.
yeah,
It's the macro kilt is a bit short. I don't know. Oh, the micro kilt. I don't know. I think the kilt's just I don't know. Shall we see
gives
it
it that.
again?
Yeah, see that now that gives it just that tantalizing
Mini
bit of
skirt.
flair.
Yeah. You need the mini skirt. You need the mini skirt.
Yeah,
It's not a micro kilt. It's a mini skirt. It's a tartan mini skirt. You're welcome. I just wanted to show it again.
you know. Just be glad, Teddy, that I stopped there. I was gonna add the hanging bollocks, but I decided against
Yeah,
it.
don't. No, 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 no. That would definitely get us nuked. Oh, it's just fun. You see, he and actually, it's just desserts for what he did. You wanted the 9 extra fucking emojis. Suffer, biatch.
Well, yeah,
It's a tart skirt. I love that, Carl. Yes, it's a tart skirt.
yeah.
The tarty. The tarty.
Tardy. There you go.
Tarty.
It's a whole new fashion line for the autumn season.
The tarty.
Tardies.
John, we're not going to talk about that. What Taddy has under his 30, that's his own business. So
I think Teddy has finally come to realize the truth.
karma sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tarty. Everyone loves the tarty.
Everyone loves a tardy. Yeah, we'll see if we can get some made up for Crafty's merch store.
Oh, geez.
Clive will.
Stop picking on tarty. No, no. It's fun.
No.
See, Taddy started this. Taddy started this by reminding people on my live stream in my chat that I only needed 1 extra member. Taddy started it. And therefore, Taddy deserves to suffer too. If I have to suffer with trying to come up with 9 extra emojis, then Taddy has to suffer. Tarty Bogle.
Yeah.
Like, what's funny is for anyone that doesn't, I don't know if Americans use the word tart for basically whore, but we do. So
Yeah,
that's
basically.
Yeah,
It's not as commonly used, but yeah, a tart, a whore.
Emphasis on the boggle instead of bogle.
Yeah.
Tarty Bogle.
Tardy
That's your new name.
Yeah, right. Tardy lives matter too. You sure about that, Doc Osiris?
And just imagine it, Taddy. You have an hour and a half next week of all of this.
That's right.
Enjoy.
You might want to book an appointment at the hairdresser.
Oh, I don't know. Good fun. Good fun.
Very good fun. Very good fun. Either way, it's going to be great to have you on next week, Teddy. It's been a while since you've been on. And yeah, I look forward to it. I really, really, really do.
I just hope I've not peaked too soon.
I'm sure you'll have lots in the bag for next week.
Yeah, I don't want to think of tasting tarties. No. Oof.
Mm.
If that's what you're into, John, if that's what you're into, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. To each their own.
To each their own.
But
What?
yeah,
What's this? Pies
pies
lives
lives matter.
matter too.
No, they don't because they're pies and they need to be eaten. But a tart is also a pie.
Ah, okay, true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Carl, this is why I love this show as well. Like so fucking random. You never know what's going to be said on this show,
That's right. It
and we
just
are.
it just
Yeah, we're
it
not
just
afraid of it.
spews out.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So what's the plan for the next week?
Well, back to teaching next week. Not looking forward to that, but that's a discussion for another day. Um, as I said before, there's no video tonight on my channel, but I'm going to try and get it out as soon as I can. I just have had too much going on to think about it for this week. And the screwed up live stream on my channel from this week will be redone next week. So everybody join in as we talk to Carl and look at his computer collection. How about you?
Ooh, I love this. People still make plans. Ish.
Ish,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Ish.
I don't know. Oh. So next week. I was talking about this on my live stream. Next week, next Saturday is the March for Choice here in Dublin. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
be doing a short live stream at the start of it and maybe at the end of it. Brady Photography is in the house. Yay, hi.
Yay.
Good to see
Hello.
you. It's been a while. It's great to see you. So yeah, I'll be doing a live stream from the March for Choice, and I will be doing interviews. So that'll be broken up into a proper video afterwards. But I
Cool.
will be doing some live streaming at the event. If nothing else, I'll be doing the live streaming at the end, so people get to hear some of the speeches and stuff like that. If that's what you're
Awesome.
into.
That sounds
If it's
cool.
not, here's an idea. Don't complain about it. Just don't watch it. It's okay. It's not for everyone. But this is the 10th annual March for Choice. This is our 10th year doing it. So it's a big one. It's important to me. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't know what
Awesome.
else is. I do have a response to Righty that I have to put out, and we'll see about whether I put it out or not. But
Yeah.
I've basically broken down line for line why there's red flags in everything he said. Yeah, so that might be coming out this week as well. So we'll see. I also
Cool.
have at some point in the next 2 weeks or so, I'll be putting up the interview that I did with MathPig on my deconversion story. So I'll be mirroring that. So if anyone's not subscribed to MathPig, go over and give them a subscribe, give them a watch.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that's it. I think.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's about it for. Carl, what do you mean? Slow down a bit. What? What?
Why? What did we do?
There's a steaming cup of reason you need to slow down a bit. Can
What did we
explain,
do?
please? I don't know.
We're going to hold up the entire stream until you explain yourself. No. Oh, and FYI, right? So just before we go, right? Hang on, I just need to look at something here. So last night on my community tab, I learned a new phrase. It's narrative thieves. These are the people who will take narratives from other groups and then use them and twist them to completely change the subject and talk about themselves. I like the term narrative thieves. I really fucking like it. I'm going to be using it from now on. But I wanted to make it clear it was directed at no one in particular. I just came across it while I was reading an article and I just thought it was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
I wanted to share it.
Pretty cool. It
I wanted
is.
to share it.
Cool.
So if
Okay.
anyone thought that it was about them, no, it's not about anyone. It was just a really direct term that I liked. So
Cool. So Carl says, don't burn out on us. Okay. Well, I'll do my best, Carl.
I won't.
I have a
Vaseline.
yeah. I feel a real need to give you guys what you want from me and from us on this show, and that's why I always push myself to make sure I get stuff out when I say I'm going to get stuff out, and when I can't, I feel really bad about it. So I have to express that, and for that, I apologize for the mishap with my live stream this week and no video tonight, but it is
It
coming,
happens.
and
It
I'll try and
happens.
get it to you as soon as I can. So it's
I've been
not.
promising here. Hey, hang on. I've been promising challenging conspiracies for months, so they understand. They understand.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Are we near
good.
stream egress time?
Almost. It is
Damn it,
almost
Clive.
egress time.
Damn it, Clive. He's trying to trigger me. He's trying to trigger me. I hate that. Oh, I hate
Yeah,
that
we're
word.
just we still got about 3 minutes to go, but yeah, we're just about done here. So I don't really have anything much new to add. So I'm done. How about you, Crafty? Oh, I did want to ask you quickly before you finish. How are you feeling now since you're a little bit of a knockdown at work day last week? You feeling better?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm still really tired. So for anyone
Yeah.
that didn't know, I had a seizure in work last week before last, Friday before last, and
Hmm.
yeah, it wasn't a good thing. So talking
Yeah.
about fucking slowing down and not burning out, yeah, I need to take that on board. But
Yeah.
there nobody can like all my test results came back as normal.
Good.
The doctors are stumped, but yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I just have
Good.
to be a
Good.
little bit more careful.
Just wanted to make sure you were okay. So.
Still alive.
All
Haha.
right. So I guess we'll call this one a done, and just remind everybody to be here next week as we open the curtains and introduce the Tatty Whore. You won't want to miss that. It's going to be a heck of a show. So with that, I think it's time to say goodnight, Crafty.
Yep, you can egress the fuck right out of this chat.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you again
Bye,
next week.
people.
Bye.